Welcome, welcome, welcome. Super excited to share the winner today. It is day 5 of Best Year, Best You. I got another coat of paint up yesterday. I still have another to go. Um, I have a new camera, new lighting, all the things. It's like putting the old stuff together. This kind of goes with goals, right? Like when we start transitioning into something new, it's not always, it's got a little bit, sometimes it feels a bit wonky at first. But I'm super, super excited for all coming together, having the final reveal, the new format, the new, like all the things. Very, very excited about that. I think it should come out in February. So, really, really excited. Happy Friday, Michelle. Happy Friday. Y'all did it. A lot of you showed up each and every day, whether it was live or in the replay. For those of you who were able to come live and you showed up live, thank you. It's a lot more fun to engage and to be able to not just talk to myself. Taylor has shown up because it is time. Hi, Ari. Hi, Kimberly. Um, we have got a good topic for today, and we've got the winner. I know the winner. And also, shout out to Justin for those of you all who know Justin. He's the one who does the hard work behind the scenes. He keeps track in a wonderful Excel. He's the one connecting the dots and keeping track of all the entries, and like he's on it. He's very detail oriented, um, and gets the bonus points and all the things. And then he has this. I've seen it one time. Really cool. It would actually be cool to show, but it all goes in and then it's almost like it spins and then it gives a winner. So he gets to actually appreciate the fun part of seeing who the winner is, like in real time as it's selected. But he has sent it to me. I have the answer. I will reveal it. It's super excited to share. But we have stuff to do today first. So let me start sharing my screen. Okay. So you all did a lot of fabulous work. Day 1. Seems like forever ago. It's literally Monday. It's a long week, right? Like it's been a long week. Okay. Um, we did what's out. We did what's in. So we talked about the 9 year and the year of the wood snake. Again, as a reminder, is it January 18th? I think is our new moon. And February 17th is when we then move into the year of the fire horse. We talked about the one universal year that we are already in. So my theory is there's no such thing as a perfect time. Like the perfect time is when you decide to commit to yourself and show up. But I love a little bit of the cosmic play. So for me, I think that January 1 to February 17 is like just that really gorgeous, ripe energy to really prep those plans. So you guys did what's in and what's out. And then on Tuesday, day 2, we did the wish list. I encouraged you to dream big. What are all the things? And not to limit yourself, to really think about all of the possibilities for what you might want to go after or prioritize for the year. And then day 3, we worked it. As RuPaul and Missy Elliott would tell us to do, we worked it and we also flipped it and we reversed it. And we came up with some hows on strategy. We were like, how can we guarantee failure? And that gave us some information as to maybe like, what are just some basics that we need to be doing as opposed to overthinking it and overanalyzing it. And then yesterday, day 4, we brought it back a little bit with the boring Barbie and said, okay, and what can I continue to focus on to maintain that so that as I'm going towards those big goals, those big dreams, I can also make sure that's what's going well, like we keep it going well. So before we get to today's topic, I'm just curious. Yes. Oh my gosh. That's literally what I boxered Justin this morning. Laura, I was like, thank God it's Friday. Like we've got today and then we at least have the weekend. And I'm a huge NFL fan and the playoffs officially kick off this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So I'm just like, I'm ready. And then I'm headed to New Orleans. So I'm like, yes, thank God it's Friday. All right. So I'm curious from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, was there one day that really provided you more insight? Was there any aha moments where you were like, this helped me the most, or this really helped me clarify? Um, or something that like you don't want to forget? Just, I've always got to do a little bit of reflection. So before we get into the day 5 topic, I'm just curious if you had any insights. Yes, Corey, look, I'm a dreamer. I feel like every morning when I journal, it basically is just my wish list over and over again. To me, my higher self, the universe, God, whoever is willing to listen, and it just puts me in a good mood. I mean, I have gratitude for what I have, for sure, but also I'm a dreamer. Um, Megan, you were surprised what came up for you around shedding and leaving behind. Michelle, um, yeah, looking at what would fail was useful. Love it. Corey is leaving in 15. Yes, you can come back, watch the replay. It's good to have you here live, though. I know you've had a lot going on during this particular time frame, but glad to see you were able to come live for a little bit. Anyone else have ahas? Okay. It's okay if you didn't. It's also okay if you want to hide out. Like I said, I know we've got lurkers, and I'm here for the lurkers. If as long as you're showing up for yourself, that's all that really matters. But I do appreciate when people are willing to chat with me, so I don't feel alone. Kimberly, the dreaming always helps clarify what you want to say no to. Laura, yeah, what your young self loved. Always, always, always. When I really had to figure out how I was going to get my mojo back a few years ago after everything had been on pause for a while. It really was going back to those childhood activities. I like did a stand-up comedy class and I started dancing again. I painted like it so much of just finding my joy again related to going back to what brought the childhood joy. We don't really do that enough as adults. Okay. So, speaking of giving ourselves gifts, if you looked at the worksheet for today, you already know that our theme is gift horse. And I am calling it gift horse because I mean, I know a lot of times with that saying, it's like you should be grateful for whatever gift shows up. But in this case, we're not accepting a gift from someone else, we're accepting it from ourselves. But I did it because 2026, at least in February, is when we start the year of the fire horse. And we kind of started with the fire horse, so I also wanted to end with the fire horse. So really thinking of that place of passion and adventure and new beginnings and freedom and courage. And I thought, one of the most courageous things we can ever do for ourselves is to give ourselves things as opposed to waiting for other people to give them to us. Or I feel like so many of us give to others in so many ways, and we always tend to put ourselves last. And so, really, just giving ourselves that permission. Also, giving ourselves permission to play as opposed to all of the pressure to perform. So, I get that you're not winning, you're not getting entries towards prizes, but I'm hopeful that you will still participate, think through these exercises, do the prompts, and if you'll participate in the chat, it makes it more fun for me. So here is question number 1. And this is actually unrelated to what I'm saying for today, but I just want you to think back, partly because I'm curious, I'm interested. What's one of the best gifts you have ever given to yourself? It could be a free gift, it could be a paid gift, it could be something that's a thing or an experience. It could also just be like, permission. What's one of the best gifts you have ever given to yourself? One of the best gifts you've ever given to yourself. One of the best gifts I gave to myself was, like I said, a few years ago when I allowed myself to be a beginner again and just do things to play as opposed to for achievement. Like, who cares what the outcome is? I think it's hard for high achievers to be beginners again. Also, one of the best gifts I ever gave myself was allowing myself to walk away from law in 2014 and start my own business. I mean, that was so scary. It was a big deal because, it's like I had a reputation, had a career, had what I thought was a safety net, probably was a safety net, a degree, all the things. And I was like, permission to start over. All right, so let me see what y'all got. Kimberly, that's okay. I cannot change the winner. I'm not saying you're not the winner, but that would be some good bribery. Had I asked this question and you answered that a day before, although Justin wouldn't let me cheat, but you totally win the chat prize. Coaching and Heather Hubbard programs. Um, Permission to leave a horrific marriage. Yes, absolutely. Getting a housekeeper, yeah, for sure. Buying the beach apartment, nice, Ari. Um, yes, Christy, permission to change course professionally, absolutely. Leaving toxic bosses, woof, and leaving behind the golden handcuffs because that is a whole thing, real thing, yes. Um, just booked a fun trip to Europe for late March. Nice. Nice work, Sally. Permission to take care of yourself. Yes, I love all of these. And I'm hopeful that when you look at the things that you did, so whether it was leaving a marriage, getting the housekeeper, booking that trip to Europe, buying the beach apartment, permission to change professionally, often therapy, yes. Redirection in your career, letting go of negative feelings. My guess is that those were not easy or simple gifts because it probably involved some mental chatter in your own mind. It probably involved potentially hard conversations with other people, maybe disappointing others or worried about, like with the housekeeper, like, can I afford it? Do I want to let them in my, right? There's generally a lot of times it's personal, but there's a lot that goes with these gifts. It's generally not just a matter of, oh yeah, I just did this. So with that in mind, we're going to move to question number 2. What's one thing you could give to yourself this year that would absolutely feel like a gift? And again, it could be paid or it could be free. My guess is, though, it's going to involve a little bit of a stretch. It's going to involve a little bit of getting outside of your comfort zone, maybe a little bit of mind junk or mind drama. But is there one thing that you can think of that would absolutely be a gift that you could give yourself this year? I know one of mine is truly giving myself the gift to work on the book in 2 different ways. One is to let it be a creative outlet to play. Every time I sit down, I think I put so much pressure on it of not necessarily trying to get it perfect, but doing it really well, that good Lord, it just makes it not a fun, enjoyable process. And I'm causing that. Like, I'm creating that. So I think that's a gift I can give myself is to release the pressure and to to truly carve out the time because oftentimes I will procrastinate on that because I'm feeling the pressure. And so giving my in the same way that like I used to have to give myself permission to play with painting or dancing or other things because I was like, I don't have time. Like that's not a good use of my time. Permission to just sit down and play with the book, regardless of whether it feels productive at the end of the day, regardless of whether I end up to throw out the whole draft. Like, who cares? Just sit down, enjoy the process of just being creative. Christy, spending a month in Portugal as a digital nomad. Wow, that would be an amazing gift. Yes. Ari, more travel, spending time at the beach condo, Michelle travel. Um, Sally was like, I already said travel, so I'm going to give myself another gift, and that is getting the garage cleaned out and remodeled. Travel, everybody's ready to get out. Yes. Well, and I said, right, with my ends, I was like, I gotta get out of the house. I gotta connect. So yeah, traveling. Um, whether it's literally to the park or just getting back out in the world. I love all of this. The gift of releasing the need to control. I'm there with you, Megan. Being able to go with the flow, allowing things to happen instead of forcing them. Yeah. And maybe also giving yourself the gift of knowing that that's not going to happen overnight, but the gift to try, the gift to be open, the gift to the baby steps. Yeah. The gift of that growth. Look, I feel like I do actually feel like when I think of the person that I was 15 years ago, I mean, it truly is remarkable. I from just the control freak type A to the amount of flow I have now, I probably would have said it wasn't possible or that I didn't even want it. So it's possible, Megan. It's possible. Kimberly, more travel, permission to change course. Um, Laura, giving yourself freedom of time and movement. $100 million. Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know how you're going to gift yourself that. Maybe buy a lottery ticket every day. Maybe you have other stuff. If you can give yourself that, do it. And give me just like one. Give me 10%. That's not even 10%. Give me 1%. Okay. Also, I'm terrible at math. So if y'all are like, that doesn't even, okay. Um, Sally's doing it too. Okay, but y'all, how are you gifting yourself $100 million? It's got to be something you can give to yourself. um, Make the million and then give it to yourself. Okay. A lotto win would definitely help. Yeah. If you want to like do a scratch off a day, although you might need more than a scratch off for 100 million. But we are open. We are open to $100 million. Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. And then question number 3 is what's one thing you can give to yourself to help you reach your goals? What's one thing you could give yourself? And again, this can be paid or unpaid. What's one thing you can give yourself to help you reach your goals? Whether it's one of those big goals you identified, those big dreams on day 2, whether it's something that's on your end list on day 1, maybe it's something with maintenance from yesterday. What's one thing that you can give to yourself that would help you reach your goals? You could travel anytime, for sure. I love it. A plane ticket, time to double down on planning, time. Yes, time for sure. Asking for help. That's a big one. For me, it would be. It may not be it for others. Yeah, asking for help. A spot on your calendar to plan the travel. Nice. Yeah, so you might need to clear some time on your calendar so you can actually do that traveling. Um, Look at you all. You gave yourself the mastermind. We're going to get to do a lot of goal planning next week in New Orleans. Um, Consistency in your new with your new habits will support your goals. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. So keep thinking about this. Definitely focus on what you can give yourself. Um, Again, I think we put so much pressure on ourselves at the beginning of the year, especially, I call this best year, best you. It's kind of my play on new year, new you, because like we don't need a new you. Like you're already fabulous exactly the way you are. The concept is, I think for most of us at this point in our lives, like we just want to be the best version of ourselves, whatever that looks like at any given moment in any given year, whatever's going on outside of our control that we can't control, just truly like showing up our best selves. Not new. We don't need to be new people. We're fabulous people, but we do want to be our best versions. So just really leaning into that and embracing that. Okay. So, well, I'll just hop on the Megan and Kimberly train. I hear some ideas that might be good for you or you might be interested in to help you reach your goals. A gift for yourself would be Goals Reimagined. I know we've been talking a little bit about it all week. So the work that I do in Goals Reimagined, like I said, I've done so many different live events over the years, workshops over the years. Each of those, I'm working with people. Sometimes I am able to do all the exercises, sometimes I'm not. This, where I've put it in digital format, it has all of the exercises that I have ever done in the order, and it is like right there. And as opposed to like working with people, it's just straight up the training, the education, the process with the worksheets. I also think this is the first time I've ever documented it all in a worksheet form. As y'all know, I don't always do that. Um, but it balances those big dreams and the small to-dos and priorities. It allows you to really know what's going to move the needle for you and what you should prioritize. It considers your personality. If y'all have ever worked with me before, you know that I don't believe in one size fits all. And I don't believe in shoulds. And I don't believe in just like, because this worked for me, it will work for you. No, it really does take into account what's going to work best for you. It ensures alignment with your long-term vision so that you're not just chasing what's right in front of you or checking boxes. I used to be terrible at that. And so really making sure that you've got a clear vision so that the work you're doing this year actually supports that, which means that when you actually reach the goal, you feel happy and satisfied. And it's not just, wait, I reached it. Why do I still not feel fulfilled? And it focuses on success and satisfaction because if we're not happy, like what's the point? So that's everything it takes into account. And you also can add on if you've got a business or you're growing a book of business growth accelerator, which I have also never had in digital form. A ton of workshops, a ton of masterminds, in-person events, like going into big companies, big law firms, and same concept. It's based on what makes you you. It's based on your personality. It's not one size fits all. And it's truly customizing the strategic piece. You cannot grow your business if you don't have a strong brand, a strong offer, your messaging dialed in, the marketing, and it's all stacked together. So it customizes all of that for you. It allows you to lean into what makes you unique and different. I have a lot of real life examples in there, and it's a comprehensive plan. It's big picture. So Goals Reimagined is about personal and professional planning. It is not this, that is not the same thing as business planning. So if you don't have a good strategy to begin with on the business, that's where Growth Accelerator comes in. And then if you combine those, you also get, that's kind of hard to see right there, the business goals that is in Goals Reimagined. There is a last bonus module that you can unlock that helps you actually plan for goals. So Growth Accelerator is really the strategy for the how you're going to grow the business as a whole long term. Business goals helps with like just this year. So the benefit is with the digital, which we've not had before, is it's one price, one time. A lot of you have like shown up year and year, like year in, year out on the planning stuff. Um, you pay that every time. You're getting a little bit of a different experience each time. And even Growth Accelerator in the masterminds, like several of you have done those multiple times. I'm thinking like, Sally, you've done that multiple times. Kimberly, you've done that multiple times. So if you actually need me or want me, there's still the capacity to do that. You can get the business brief, you can do one-on-ones, but this gives you the core piece and you can come back to it anytime. You can go at your own pace. You don't have to worry about what's the date, what's the time. You can come back and do it every year over and over again. You don't have to pay again. And in the future, because I will occasionally do promotions on these, mostly they'll be in the background. But like in the future, it may not be a discount, right? Like it might be there's a month of group coaching or something like that, but you would unlock those future bonuses. And they're 50% off right now. It's already a low rate, but you get 50% off through January 16th. So our Oprah's back. The winner is you for showing up this week, right? Like for real, just showing up for yourself, showing up for your dreams, showing up for your priorities. That is what makes you the winner, right? So as long as you keep showing up for yourself each and every day this year, you're winning. You are absolutely winning. And everybody's a winner in that if you want to continue with either of these programs, you do get 50% off through next Friday. You have done Goals Reimagined, Megan. You just didn't know it. You know me, I'm always changing names on things. So for example, you were in Phoenix and that was Goals Reimagined. Like that was the content, the core process. And thank you on the Growth Accelerator recommendation. Yes, Laura. Okay. So are we all ready to find out who won the quarterly strategy sessions? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, by the way, I will tell you they are on here. I know that. Because they have commented. If you have not commented, not that that's what has kept you from winning, but I just know the winner and they've commented. And so if you've not commented, it's not you. I'm so sorry. Now I'm like, wait, did they comment? I'm pretty sure they did. Yeah, they did. Okay. All right. I'm like totally teasing all of you guys. All right. So the quarterly one-on-one strategy sessions, which is regularly $39.88. Look at me. I'm like so messed up because I'm trying not to show y'all that answer. It is Christy Offit. I know y'all can't all be clapping right now, but let's all give Christy a big congratulations. I can't wait to have those quarterly calls with you. We'll work on whatever you want to work on. Yeah, Laura's like, awesome. Laura, I believe you're the one who actually, I mean, obviously, Christy's been in our world, but you did tag her and invite her in. So I don't know. Christy, I think you owe Laura something for tagging you and bringing you in. But truly, you all are winners. The portal will stay up through next Friday. Grab whatever you need and want. Would love for you guys to take advantage of the discount for Goals Reimagined or Growth Accelerator if it serves you. And thanks for being in my world. Thanks for spending the week with me. Go out, be a bright light. We are all needed this year. So go shine bright, be a bright light. And thanks again for joining me this week. Bye, guys.